Welcome to our Battle of the Brokers. Today we're going to compare Exness versus IC markets. Which one is better? I'm Noam.
And I'm Justin. We've been comparing Forex brokers for over a decade now, and we've been looking to the latest when it comes to CFD and Forex trends.
Today we're comparing Exness versus IC markets one-on-one. Which broker do you think will win? Alright Justin, let's get into it. Exness versus IC markets. Obviously IC markets we've worked with a lot over the years. Exness, we've only really started doing some stuff with them recently. Let's compare them, starting with the first category, and that is spreads. How does Exness compare to IC markets in the area of spreads?
Sure, so I can only compare them based on the standard account spread, and that's because Exness doesn't offer a raw account. We'll get into it a little bit later, but let's look at standard account. And when we look at the two accounts, and that's when there's no commission. So that means that what the broker does is they increase the spread. So that's the difference between the buy and the ask price. So if you go to the airport and you see, let's say, the pound versus the USD, and you will see a different rate to buy versus sell the USD. That's how the foreign exchange broker makes their money. It's the same within Forex. So when we looked at the spreads, we looked at the most traded currency pairs. So that's, the Euro USD, the pound to USD, the AUD to the USD, and on all these major currency pairs, IC markets was cheaper when it came to their standard account. So that's the big one, and look, if you're going to take one key outtake of today, it's the fact that you are going to be spending a lot less on trading fees with IC markets. Now IC markets also has a raw account, which also has a spread plus a commission. Often if you're going to use automation, if you're an experienced trader, you'll normally choose to do that raw account. It actually has even lower fees once again. Now Exness doesn't offer that. So we've got a clear winner here when it comes to IC markets, when it comes to trading costs versus Exness.
Okay, so that was the area of spread, so clearly IC markets the winner in that category. The next category we're going to look at is regulation.
Yep.
How did the two compare?
So with regulation, it's really close. So they are both very well-known brokers, and they both have a number of Tier 1 regulation. So let me tell you a few of the advantages of Exness over IC markets. So the FCA, which is in the UK, that is an area that Exness is regulated, and they do have a strong popularity base in the UK. IC markets only has SISEC regulation. Now, on the other side, in an area like Australia, where we're based in, that's an area where IC markets is regulated, but Exness isn't. So, it swings and roundabouts. But something like SISEC, they're both regulated, and some of these other Tier 1 regulations, they both have it. It's more about the Tier 2, Tier 3. So let's say South Africa, another popular area when it comes to Exness, is where Exness is regulated and IC markets and a few of these other strange districts. So look, I'm going to give Exness the win here. It's very, very close, to be honest, and it really depends on the region that you're trading. As I said, if you're based in Australia, you're not going to trade Exness. If you're in UK, you're probably not going to trade IC markets. It just depends on the region you're based in. Have a look at our website, look at the head-to-head, and look at each area and work out which one is regulated for your region, or can at least onboard someone who lives in your residency area.
I guess the reason why we haven't worked with Exness so much over the years is we're based in Australia. IC markets obviously are ASIC regulated, whereas Exness are not. So that is probably why you haven't seen them too much on our website. Originally we did start as a .com.au. We have branched out internationally in more recent years, but that's one kind of key difference between the two brokers is the regulation in Australia. So Exness is not regulated by ASIC, IC markets is. All right, Justin, that was the category of regulation. Let's look at the instruments or range of markets. Who won in this category?
Okay, again, very, very close. Both brokers offer Forex, they offer CFDs, they offer crypto as a CFD, commodities, indices and shares. Now, IC markets also have their own brokerage service, but once again, that depends on the area that you live in. So here in Australia, IC markets offers share trading, but not in other districts. So we'll put a little disclaimer there. I'm going to give Exness the little edge here. So while they both offer the same types of trading, Exness just offers a slightly greater range of markets. So when it comes to currencies, they offer over 96 currency pairs, so all the majors, but then some of the more exotics, whereas IC Markets offers 61. So it's these little differences between the two. Exness offers 34 crypto, IC Markets 18. So you can see a small trend. There is a greater range of markets you can trade. That said, 99% of trades happen on the most major currency pairs, the most common shares, the most common commodities, etc., etc. So look, if you are an exotic type trader, if this is critical, well, Exness is probably going to be winning, but it's pretty close head to head, but I'm going to give it to Exness.
Okay, so that was the category of instruments or range of markets, with Exness being the winner. The last category that we're going to look at today in terms of Exness versus IC markets is trading platforms. Who won in this area?
So IC markets were the winner here. So let's go through the commonalities first, and then I'll say why I gave IC markets. So both brokers offer the most popular trading platform, which is MetaTrader 5. They both offer the most popular CFD trading platform, which is, before MetaTrader 4, this is MetaTrader 5. They both offer TradingView, which is one of the most up-and-comer platforms, my personal preference. Now, when it comes to CTrader, only IC Markets offers, and this can be very important for people looking to algorithmically trade. So more sophisticated traders often choose CTrader. Exness does not offer this. Now, another key factor is execution speed. So execution speed is how fast does the technology, will they execute the trade? And if it's a slow execution speed, well, what that means is you get slippage. So whatever you were quoted won't be what the price that you actually get. And in really volatile markets, let's say an interest rate decision was just released and you're trying to make a quick trade and you can't, well, that's when execution speed becomes critical. So IC Markets is a clear winner and one of the fastest brokers in the world. So it's this combination of the fact that they offer CTrader, they offer better trading environment with more sophisticated technology stack, is why I'm giving the win to IC Markets.
Okay, so let's just recap for everybody back home. So in the area of trading platforms, we've said that IC Markets wins overwhelmingly. In the area of instruments or range of markets, we've said Exness because they have more currency pairs, they've got more crypto CFDs that are available for trade. In the area of regulation,
pretty much a tie. We'll give it a tie there. It depends on the area that you live in. As I said, UK, maybe Exness, South Africa, Exness. In an area like Australia, you give it to IC Markets. So it's really worth looking at the region that you're trading from and looking at the regulation based around that.
Okay, and then in the area of spreads, it was hands down IC Markets. IC Markets do often feature at the very, very top of the list when it comes to spreads of brokers that we analyse.
And look, we say that spreads on top of regulation is probably the primary thing that you should be looking at. Look, because people that trade Forex or CFDs trade more often, the actual broker fees really eat into your profit and loss because you're making so many trades. So I'd strongly recommend you keep that as low as possible, and it's really not a competition between the two. IC Markets clearly has lower fees versus Exness.
Okay, so the overall winner of this 1v1 comparison, IC Markets versus Exness, was?
IC Markets, fees, trading platforms still relatively similar. Look, range of markets, if you're looking for exotics, not as great, but overall I'd be going with IC Markets just based on the spreads alone.
Okay, guys, there you have it. There's our 1v1 comparison with IC Markets clearly winning versus Exness. If you like this video, please don't hesitate to leave a like, a share or subscribe, and let us know in the comment section down below if there are any other Forex brokers you'd like us to compare head to head. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.